Hello, beautiful friend, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome in. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, we will be doing readings on the full moon that's going to be coming up in Libra. This reading is for anyone with sun, moon, rising, any inner planets in a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Gratitude is something that's very hard for you. It's not that you're not grateful for what you have. It might come in the sense of expressing that gratitude to someone to let them know. Because there's a lot of pride going on here, and that pride really gets in the way of showing people the universe gratitude. And that's important because during a full moon, gratitude is one of the things that you want to make sure that you do to take advantage of the energy. And the things that you want to be grateful for are things that are linked to your intentions and to the goals that you're trying to accomplish in life, either through your job or the person that you're trying to become. Writing down little things throughout the month, let's say from this full moon until the next one, is something that could help you really practice and bring in that energy for better opportunities to come your way. During this full moon in Libra, there needs to be a balance between how much you give of yourself, either to your job or to other people, because there's an imbalance there going on. And this balance also affects the harmony that you feel or you bring into yourself. And a lot of the times in your head, there's not a lot of peace or harmony going on, especially because you don't have a lot of patience towards yourself. There's also a need for the balance between your own independence and how you treat other people. It's either with how you handle their boundaries or how much of your boundaries you give to them, because that affects your independence. Either you try to be like very independent to the point where it's sort of harming you, where you don't ask for help, or you're not independent at all to where you're very dependent on somebody else. And that's very draining for you, and it's something that's put you in a cycle to where you don't feel very fulfilled in life, and that makes it hard for you to give gratitude for the things that you do have or the experiences that you have had in your life. During this full moon, we're also going to be having a couple of things going on that are going to bring up more impulsive energy. We're going to have Mars opposite Pluto, and the moon's going to square Mars. Both of these energies involving Mars is going to bring more impulsivity. And then there's also Aries that's at 0 degrees with Neptune. So that's a very critical degree. And all of that fire energy is either going to bring in a lot of passion to change this during the full moon, or it's just going to make you feel less determined, motivated to go after what you want. Really finding out and bringing in balance to this is something that could really help you out. I suggest that you start a journal with what you're trying to bring balance to, so that way when the Libra full moon comes up again, you could re-examine of where you are now to where you were then, which is here today. Let's explore more of this energy. With this full moon, one of the lessons with you cardinal signs is transformation. And it's crazy because Mars opposite Pluto is about the same thing. And it's about transforming your either impulsive thoughts, how you talk to yourself, your actions, because it's creating a lot of chaos within yourself and a lot of imbalances in your relationships, especially with coworkers, and it's getting in the way of you achieving your goals. You can also attract a lot of situations, either romantic partners or even in the work environment with coworkers, that don't respect your boundaries. There's a lot of that going on here. So this could be a pattern that happened from when you were small, or it's a pattern that you've had either with friends, coworkers, or in romantic relationships, and you just accepted that that's just you. Or it's hard for you to speak up of how you really feel, or to put in your boundaries in place, especially to enforce your boundaries when they're breaking them. This energy also comes out as attracting people like this and knowing how to press their buttons so you could get what you want from them. It's also about not taking accountability and making the other person seem like if it's their fault, or controlling somebody's reaction through using a third party. So this could look like as you like someone that's in a relationship, so you get into their partner's head of how they're not good for them and they end up breaking up so you could get with them. That type of energy here. And it's something that's coming from a place of where you're not respecting yourself, and you're not really seeing the value within yourself. So that's why it's easier for you to control people, because that makes you feel more needed, or it makes you feel more valuable in your mind. And these could have been habits, like I said, that you picked up from childhood, from a sibling, or with dating other people. Now we're going to dive into each sign individually. I suggest that you listen to them all together, since they will be all connected. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading. During this time, in this full moon, there's going to be a lot of rose-colored glasses that are going to be coming off. I said a similar thing in the video for Aries. You have similar cards to them. And one thing I didn't mention in Aries was Neptune is at 0 degrees, or is going to be at 0 degrees in Aries during the full moon. With Aries being the fire cardinal sign and Neptune being the sign of like rose-colored glasses, that's something that's really going to take you out of your comfort zone. And this is important to keep in mind, because this is going to be a very uncomfortable time for you. But this time is sort of like a preview of what's going to happen when Jupiter goes into Cancer. A lot of people think that Jupiter is just purely the planet of luck in astrology, and that's true. It's also a planet of getting too comfortable and staying there and not progressing or growing past that point. So there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable moments, and moments that are going to feel like they're taking you out of your comfort zone. But this is important, because if you don't do that, you're going to stay within that energy and sort of like just sink there and not move from there. And you don't want that to happen when Jupiter is in control, because with Jupiter in Cancer, it's going to be amplified for you, especially with all the other outer planets that are also going to be moving into new signs. That doesn't really happen every year. So there's a lot of new energy that's being set forward, and that new energy is really going to change how it's going to affect you. These are outer planets. Outer planets take a long time to go through a sign. And when a lot of outer planets move at the same time, they're creating new cycles for society. So it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everyone around you. So during this full moon, a lot of the things that are going to be happening are going to feel uncomfortable, and learning to go with the flow is really going to help you, especially when you have those feelings of anxiety, depression, or desperation. Especially the feelings of, I just need to say this. Try to stay quiet and try to see what happens. And I know that that's hard for a lot of you because staying quiet and not being honest in the moment is something that you're not comfortable with or used to. But this is something that could really help you because you're really draining yourself with wanting to say everything, and you're draining people around you. Where some people are, they sort of have to walk on eggshells around you because of, I don't want them to react this way. And a lot of the time, speaking up is something that you weren't allowed to do when you were younger. So now you're trying to make sure that you do it, but you're doing it for every little thing to where you're nitpicking what other people do. And that's going to create a lot of misunderstandings or misinterpretations. And these misunderstandings and misinterpretations are sort of a pattern that's been happening in your relationships for a while. And a lot of that has to do with you not looking at how you're contributing to that situation or to that scenario, conversation, or whatever happened. So you're limiting yourself to your opportunities and to the beliefs that you have about yourself. And that's something that's very draining. You also have Four of Cups here. Four of Cups is a very draining card. Most of the time, the fours are about taking more than what's needed and staying there, making that your comfort zone. With Four of Cups, it's with how you feel and how you express your love. You could have a very limiting belief towards love that's very draining, and it's taking its toll on people around you, especially your romantic partners. And during this full moon, you could be having a lot of lessons to take you out of your comfort zone to teach you how to better use this energy. For some others of you, this is coming out as you not fully expressing your passion or your feelings because of fear that you're going to get hurt. And this leads you to not fully be there or show up as your true self in relationships, friendships, or even with yourself. And it leaves a place of like loneliness within yourself. And I feel that during the full moon, a lot of that is going to come out, but the purpose of it is to take you out of your comfort zone. Please let me know how this reading resonated with you in the comments.